Welcome back to another great episode of the Scoreboard Addicts podcast. I'm Nick, and with me as always is Anthony the Rook. And unfortunately, TJ said something snarky to his wife. She put the paws on him, and he
fatality.
And yeah.
I will remember you.
We'll remember you, TJ.
But good news, we have a fill-in today. Matt, we're stepping into TJ's shoes.
How's it going? I'm ready to honor TJ for when it's time.
Matt, I don't think you're angry enough to honor TJ.
Give me time and I could be angry.
Yeah,
I think Rook knows.
He could get. I've seen it before. He could definitely get there. I want to say, Matt, Wrestling Addicts, I've listened to the last two episodes. Very, very good content. You guys doing a good job with it, you and Sal.
Thank you. It's trying to get our foot in. You know, hopefully we can just continue to put out good shows and give the people what they want.
I tried to put my foot in. It only got into my mouth, and I was about as close as it got.
And we will
We'll
do a brief. We'll give you a little plug later when we get into it. But Wrestling Addicts, check them out. They're going to be on the BellyUp.tv Mondays at 6:30. What was it? I think 6:30. I said right.
Yeah,
no,
I believe it was
6 to 7:30.
6 to 7:30.
6 to 7:30, and then our show is moving on BellyUp.tv to Thursdays at 10 a.m. Sorry, 10:30 to 12, somewhere around there. We'll figure it out. We'll post it online. But we're gonna be on BellyUp.tv a little different days because we realized that when we were on Saturdays, our shows are very outdated. We do PGA picks, Yankees and Rangers. We talk about that. By the time Saturday comes, it's already outdated.
Yeah, 2 games later.
Yeah, exactly. So we're gonna start here today. I guess we don't have Sal till later because he's doing the AEW stuff. He's live tweeting for Wrestling Inc. But we have the Yankees game currently on right now. Yankees are winning 2-0. Hopefully to nail this thing down with their shaky bullpen. But let's start with the Yankees now. They've been hit with a really bad injury bug and the COVID bug this past week. So let's kind of go through that. Weisiger's on the IL. Chapman's on the IL. Giancarlo went to the IL. They put DJ. I think DJ went to the IL too, right? With the wrist injury.
I didn't see that.
But he's
not yet.
Oh, he's day to day, right?
Yeah, he's day to day. He's on my fantasy team, and right now, he doesn't have the IL next to him, so that's good.
Yeah,
Josh Donaldson has it. He's
well, he's on COVID. Him. Well, Gallo just came back today. He was on COVID. Higgy came back today, I think, too, and he was on COVID.
We weren't missing those guys at all.
Which, I actually like Trevino filling in better. I like Trevino better than
Higashioka was gone, and everybody was kind of like, okay.
Yeah. It didn't really. It was a addition by subtraction.
Seemed like it because I feel like Boone keeps trying to keep one of them fresh, and it's like, listen, Trevino's hitting. I don't need Higashioka to be fresh at all.
Yeah,
we don't have a catcher preference anymore.
No,
with Cole and Higashioka. And honestly, if you ask me, Trevino's a better catcher.
I think so too.
Yeah, I think he calls better games, and at this point, you have to go with the hot hand and not matchups, analytics, and giving guys rest. Listen, it's a long season, but this is what they signed up for. So
let them play. Season. It's a long season. It's longer when you're stupid. Let's just play the guy that's hitting.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I say you really think things. Play him as much as he can. Obviously, he needs his rest as a catcher. He needs like one to 2 days a week, whatever it may be. But Trevino, obviously, great start last night. He hits the walk-off hit, walk-off RBI, and then he gets afterwards you see him point to the sky, and afterwards he tweeted about how I guess him and his father passed away. His birthday was last night as well, and he's like, this is the he's like, it's just like those moments we dreamt about in the backyard. Tonight was our moment. And that was just such a special moment for him that, his father's gone, to remember his father that way, and then point to the sky and a big celebration for him and the rest of the team. So that was a cool story.
Speaking of significance, today's my parents' 39th wedding anniversary. So cheers, mom and dad.
Cheers.
39 years strong.
Cheers, Mr. and Mrs. Velasquez. To you guys, 39 years. A long time.
My dad always says, he goes, I've been happily married for 5 years. I've been married for 39 years, but only 5 years were happy.
I think I've actually heard him tell me that joke before. That's like, I was thinking in my head, I'm like, someone just told me that before, and I realized it probably was your dad's.
Definitely my dad.
Definitely heard that while I was on the barbecue before too.
Yeah, definitely on one of your barbecues. Him on the grill and just makes that joke.
So back to the Yankees. Judge is on fire.
And I was just gonna say, Judge is killing it. I'm wearing my Judge Roosevelt shirt right now. It's 17 home runs right now. He hit one today, right?
I honestly didn't watch the game today.
I don't think he hit one today, but he has 17. I'm pretty sure that leads baseball right now. If I'm not
4 home runs, like the closest person.
He does lead baseball. I know that much.
He leads Major League Baseball with 17. Definitely, I know that much. But yeah, he's been hot. Everyone at that first week of the season when he wasn't doing so well, everyone's like, "You should have took that extension. Should have took that extension." He took a gamble on himself, took a bet on himself. Right now, he's gonna get more than that extension.
Well, let's talk about the first week of the season where everybody was, the people that know baseball were crapping on Aaron Hicks still in the first week of the season, and then the people that were just either blindly optimistic and or just don't understand baseball when they see it. They were like, he's the best hitter on the Yankees right now. Well, Aaron Hicks is back to being Aaron Hicks, and he couldn't get a hit with a runner in scoring position. If they told him he could play a round of golf with Tiger Woods at Augusta National, he wouldn't be able to get that hit. Talk about three predetermined outcome, right? That's what we always talk about. He is pop up, walk, or strike out. Those are his 3 outcomes. That's it.
Well, he's 0 for 3 today just because he's up right now. Ground out, fly out. 2 ground out to fly out, and he's batting .211.
So he's due for the strikeout.
Yeah. To talk about, to add insult to injury, now he's getting picked off bases. So that's always good to see as well.
Yeah, he's letting his struggles at the plate affect his. I feel like his struggles just everywhere at this point, and he's a liability. It's no longer it's the first week, it's the first month. He's now a liability because he's ended up in situations to where he needs to do his job and drive runners in, and it's not happening. We're losing to the fucking Orioles, which makes no sense. Even though I'm wearing orange, it makes no sense.
I was going to say, you're either an Orioles fan or John Cena in 2006. Either way, it's not good.
But you know what, though? This is the best resolution I've had. So it might be the shirt, it might be the lighting, but I look good. You've said it before I
meant from the neck
live.
Up.
Yeah, we meant neck up because you trimmed your beard.
Is that what it is? His head.
Yeah, he trimmed the beard. He shaved his head a little bit.
Yeah, it was getting hot, and thank you.
Yeah, you can't.
I'll take that.
What do you say?
I look skinnier.
You do actually. I agree with him. You do look skinny.
Thank you.
There's no beard.
Yeah. So you see like the rest of this beautiful face.
Yeah, I definitely see it. Nick just took off.
Nick was like, wow, his beard looks so good. I can't stand to be in the same stream as him, so I have to go for now. So
Nick removed himself, but he didn't put his mic up. All right. So
the Yankees.
Back to the Yankees. We're talking about Matt's beard. Listen, right now they're first team of 30 wins. Huge accomplishment. I mean, obviously doesn't mean anything. You got a long season to go. But it's good so far. The positive that you could take from it, even though they lost the series this week to the White Sox, is that they're taking the teams that they should be beating and they're beating them. Obviously, It sucks they lost the first game to the Orioles this week. They lost the last week, the last game against the Orioles as well as a walk-off by Santander. But, if you're winning 2 out of 3, that's a winning record in baseball. That's all you really need to do. You can't sweep everybody. It's baseball's ebbs and flows of the season. You're not going to win every game. No team will ever go 162-0. It's tough. I mean, one time they did the A's won 22 straight wins. And how hard was that to even come? The Yankees won, I think, 12 or 13 this year straight. And that's an accomplishment all of itself. So it's tough, but you just got to make sure when you have those long win streaks, it's not followed by a losing streak like they did last year. They had 13-game losing streak, and then they went on to lose 11 out of the next 13. It's like you can't go on a 13-game win streak and then give it all back with 11 straight losses, So
it doesn't balance out that way.
No, it doesn't, and it's important for them to stay, right now with all the injury and stuff, stay afloat, keep winning 2 out of 3. Just keep winning series. That's what's important. And look at the Mets right now. Mets, I think, are like 29, maybe they're 28 and like 16-ish, somewhere around there. We don't have Stat Guy Sal anymore, so I can't.
Yeah,
I can't look it up for me.
He's live tweeting right now.
But usually
let me check
around there. But
you.
they don't have a win. They haven't won more than 3 straight games in a row for the New York Mets, and that's impressive because they just keep winning series every.
They're 29-17. They lost today 9-3.
So they lost today, but they're 29-17, which is still impressive. They're having a good season as well. I think there were 8 games before tonight, so they might be around 7 games, 7.5 game lead of the NL East. So right now, I mean, this is two of the best teams in baseball live in New York, which is awesome for us to watch 2 good baseball teams on TV right now, which is amazing. Usually you get the Yankees and you get the Mets, which is not that great. Usually early on they are, and then they kind of fall apart. But
I like this Met team. I like that they're. Listen, I feel like it's happened at the same time. The Mets have 2 significant injuries, with Scherzer and DeGrom, which is, their 1-2 punch. While the Yankees didn't really lose, their 1-2 punch pitcher-wise, big, losses to the bullpen. Regardless of what Chapman was doing, it's still one less arm in there.
Mm-hmm.
And, you have Gill and you have Green, both Tommy John. Then you have Stanton on the DL. It's
pronounced heel, gringo.
Heel.
Yeah.
Nick back just in time to correct me.
Just to criticize your Spanish. Yes, absolutely.
Thank you for doing that.
Gringo.
He's not wrong either way. But
no, he's not. He's not wrong. Nick's like, fucking gringos.
I feel like the Yankees are kind of like my fantasy team. Like anytime my fantasy team around this time of the year, it hits like the top 3 and everything is cruising. The wheels start falling off where guys start getting hurt and whatnot. Yeah. And with the Yankees going through all these injuries, a win tonight would be huge. Even though it's the Orioles, a win tonight would be huge for the morale with everyone that they just lost.
If I could, everybody keeps saying that. Well, who have the Yankees played? And my question is, would you rather they lost? That's a very common question. Like one thing I didn't see yesterday was Yankee fans going first team to 30 wins. I didn't see that. Whoever the first team to 20 wins though, they wouldn't shut the fuck up.
Literally right down there.
I did it too. Yeah.
It says it below.
It does say it below. I've been updating my handle every time they win. I actually posted the 2 balloons, the 2 the 2.
I just want to point out to everybody, I don't control that little thing on the bottom at all. That's all, Anthony.
There's nothing wrong with that. It's a fact.
I'm just saying that's what I expect. That's what I expect from the prolific team in baseball. They should be leading every stat in the sport. Every positive thing going on in baseball should revolve around the Yankees if they really want to be true to their name.
Yeah, but the thing is, before, if you heard me, you kind of disappeared there. But
I disappeared. When nature calls, you answer.
I know, but I didn't want to say why, Nick. Pull back the curtain there a little bit. But
yeah, right.
What I was saying now is like, the first team to 30 wins, but it means nothing at the end of the season. They could win they'd be the first team to 30 wins, and then only win 30 more games. It'd be 60 and 102. You never know. It doesn't matter.
Michael K said it best. He goes, "You don't win the division in May, but you do lose the division in May."
He's right.
I don't like to agree with Michael K more often than not. I don't like to agree with Michael K, but he ain't wrong.
No, he's not wrong, and that's what we were talking about before. Is you just got to stack those wins, even if you're not sweeping teams. Get 2 out of 3, keep it coming. That's a winning record in baseball. I mean, that's what you need.
Didn't they miss the division by 1 game last year?
Or what? No, they missed the home wild card game by a game.
Yeah, that's what it was. They missed the home. Every win matters. First to 30, first to 35, first to 40. It's definitely something that is important, and it wasn't what they were doing last year. And everyone was worried about this team, saying they didn't really make any improvements. And I was one of them. I'm like, Josh Donaldson. I'm like, what year is it? I didn't really see any major additions, but, the team just stepped up, and we're finding out who the weak links are. And Aaron Hicks, Joey Gallo, They do not belong anywhere near a starting lineup. They don't even belong sitting on the fucking bench. Put them out in the bullpen because they're better out there because they'll help the guys get ready by striking out. What they need to do is they need to address that situation. And I feel like a bench guy is something that they need to rely on for the outfield and not Brett Gardner.
Yeah, Brett Gardner can't be your answer. I was so mad when I saw as soon as Hicks started playing bad, instead of just saying, let's bring up Esteban Florial, everyone was like, bring back Gardy, bring back Gardy. He just realized what he was doing.
Yeah.
Censoring that shit. I don't want to hear that fucking Walking Thumb's name on my show.
I was like, bring in Esteban Florial. All right. He's younger.
Yeah.
He's playing well in AAA.
Good call.
Give the kid a shot. I mean, why are we going backwards to someone who cannot play? I'm not saying his name. Don't worry about it. He actually looks like Voldemort. He who should not be named.
Gizmo is done. I agree. Gizmo's done. Keep him out there. And you've been toying with Florio for so long.
This is the great Gazoo.
It's Gazoo. Gizmo is sitting to my right.
Yeah.
Okay, Gazoo, whatever. Well,
the great Gazoo. For the Flintstones, I love that guy.
That's Gizmo right there.
Gizmo's from
who's the green?
Gremlins.
The Gremlins. Yeah, Gremlins, yeah.
So who's the green Martian guy?
The Great Gazoo.
The Great Gazoo. We just said.
I got confused.
We should use this for Don't say who they are. Actually, I just said I don't know if he's listening though.
He's definitely not listening.
He should. Oh, it's actually 10:07.
We're gonna do. Does Gen Z know?
Oh, we're gonna hear. Was he listening? I can't see. It's in the way.
I don't know if he was.
We're
on a little bit. We're in the middle of this. I don't want to bring him in.
They've been toying with him for so long, up and down, up and down. Now's the perfect time to give him a chance. Hicks isn't performing. Gallo's not performing. Give him a shot. They were so easy to do it last year for Gardner. Sorry, but why not the future? You talk about it all the time. You didn't move these guys for trade pieces for so many years.
Yeah.
For them to do what? You trying to win a minor league fucking championship or the World Series? Bring these guys up. Let's see what they could do. And if they can't perform, then you cut ties with them and then you look somewhere else.
I'd rather have Jason Dominguez come up too early than play fucking. Oh,
yes.
I don't want to.
Apparently, he's crushing it down in Single A.
He is crushing. I saw his stats today. He's like batting over 300. He has like 14 RBIs.
Batting 264.
Oh, was he? I thought he was batting
24 RBIs. His OPS is like 762, though. I don't really hang my hat on OPS.
Yeah, I know. But he's still crushing it, though.
That guy Sal, my partner on Wrestling Addicts, and one half of the current WWE Trivia champions.
Bring him in. Sal, you have breaking news regarding Jason Dominguez.
Yeah, I saw a tweet earlier said he was pulled from a game. I don't know why. Not sure why.
But go to double A.
Well, his rookie cards haven't tanked yet. Not that I have one, but I follow like that stuff, and people they're making jokes like, "Oh, he got pulled because he's hurt." Sell really low. But from what I've seen, it's nothing serious to where it's anything to be concerned about.
Well, it could be what Nick said. It could be double A.
Nah, they're not going to pull you in the middle of a game to send you to double A. I'm just
some people on Twitter are like, "Oh, it might be Soto." They could trade him for Soto. I was like, "That's not happening."
No way.
Yeah, no.
If you sign,
the world would know that.
If it's a trade and sign, I'm for it. Absolutely.
Sign and trade, guy. Sign and trade.
Sign and trade. I'm all for it.
Ooh, that's play by Kev.
Well, figured it should be a trade and sign because you have to trade for him first in order to get him.
You have to agree to sign to a new contract before the trade can be completed.
Yes, that's what a sign and trade is. They do in the NBA all the time. Sal knows.
Yes.
Boom.
Happens all the time.
Boom. Happens now, Matt, you get,
and now I know.
And now Matt gets
happened with Tyreek Hill.
Matt gets muted. He gets put in timeout. But I think it's pretty much Yankees points that we had to make so far, right? I mean, the only Yankees point to make or no?
Clay Holmes has been unbelievable.
Oh,
Should
yeah,
be the new closer. Point. Chapman, I don't even care that he's out because who cares? We have Holmes. I don't even care.
Yeah. Is he
let him be out for a little while.
Yeah.
Holmes is where the heart is. He should be the ninth inning guy, and that's that.
I agree.
He's in right now.
That's
right?
a clip right there. You're making a face, but that's a clip right there.
Is he in right now?
The only thing I wanted to say was Adley Rushman making his major league debut a few days ago.
Oh yeah, hit a triple.
I immediately put him on my fantasy team. I was like,
He wasn't already on someone's team?
Nope.
Wow. Good for
Wow,
you.
You got a steal there.
Yep.
But did you guys see the video of the coach breaking it to him?
No.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
No,
I honestly didn't. His reaction wasn't as good as his teammates. His teammates seemed more excited than he was.
Yeah, they did. They definitely did. He is home pitching right now.
He is the number one prospect in Major League Baseball. Not that that means anything, because I think the last one was Wander Franco, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying he's bad by any stretch of the imagination, but and it might be due to the team that he plays for. But I haven't heard shit from Wander Franco.
He had a good year last year.
Again, I'm not saying he's bad. I'm just saying you're the number one prospect in baseball. You're highly touted. Everybody talks about you. You come up to Major League Baseball, you have a decent season, and you are kind of meaningless.
Because he's on Tampa.
Yeah,
and
that doesn't help.
Tampa's not a bad team. It's just
a
a
big market team.
They're just a terrible franchise in a terrible organization, like terrible area in a terrible stadium with terrible fans. I mean, like the three people. I'm sure the three people that root for them are like really big fans, but like everybody else doesn't give a shit.
Right?
People.
You know, that's why when you watch Tampa Bay Rays games, you can hear that guy, really the most annoying fucking beer man in sports, going beer, beer. If I ever find that guy, bad things might happen.
So I also wanted to make a point before, because you're talking about the Orioles Yankees losing to the Orioles or having to beat them, but like the Rays have lost to the Orioles too. So it's not like it's just like a Yankees.
Everybody has.
Like everyone loses those games. Like it happens. It's baseball. It's gonna happen.
Nobody goes 162-0.
But a big series is coming up this weekend with the Rays versus the Yankees. So we'll see how the Yankees fare against the Rays. Obviously coming and limping in, but we'll see what this weekend takes us here. We're trying to get this win here now.
And then they have the Angels. They have the Angels after that.
Oh, then the Angels. Yeah, the Angels coming, which is going to be Magic get kicked off, got disconnected. I was going to go to WD trivia, but you know, since
the Angels are trash.
Your boy Shohei is coming in. Shohei?
Yeah, Shohei
Ohtani. Shohei.
I can't say names. This is the thing. I cannot do it.
He's not fucking Willie Mays. Shohei. He's not Willie Mays.
Shohei kid.
I hope he pitches during one of the games.
I don't know. Put money. Are they playing on the West Coast or playing on the East Coast?
Playing here.
He's gonna.
Are
lose.
they playing here?
He's gonna play
maybe not, because they have a 4-game set right now. They've been home for this.
I can't imagine they're gonna go to the West Coast with no break.
Yeah, no, they're playing home. They'll be in home.
Oh, they are home.
Yeah, they're home. Yeah, so Ohtani's gonna go 0 for like 12. Because Lord knows he can't hit when games are on TV and people are actually watching. Just saying. Anytime he played the Yankees last year, he did not do well. I think he maybe had one home run.
True.
And
I think he had like
a whole bunch.
So I'll wait for Matt to come in and we're going to do WWE trivia. I just want to put oh, come on, Hicks. That fucking guy sucks. Wow. All right, we'll take a quick commercial break, and we'll come back with hopefully Matt and WWE trivia.
Hey, gang, it's Commissioner Cooper from TSS Fantasy. We are the fantasy show of the people. That means we give the people what they want. Expert fantasy advice, leading medical and legal analysis, free contests, and innovative games to keep you entertained. Watch us live with the Tiki Live app on the Belly Up Sports channel, subscribe to us on YouTube, or follow us on all social media platforms. Visit TSSFantasy.com today for all the latest updates from the fantasy show of the people. We put the fun in fantasy.
Yeah!
I use mayo
over sour cream, yeah.
Right. That's because you have high cholesterol. Okay. If you drafted Julio Jones,
you got ghosted.
This is amazing. TSS Fantasy is like an orgasm. If I had a cigarette, I'd smoke it. I'm pumped to be here. This is the show of shows.
TSS Fantasy, the fantasy show of the people.
All right, and we're back from the commercial break. Matt is joining us again, and it is time for everyone's favorite.
Are you
segment.
ready?
Oh, no. Oh, the music stopped. All right. So, I did not have time to cover questions today.
Wow.
So, we have a different host. Matt O'Day will be hosting tonight.
Ooh.
And I'll be
Switching it
answering
up.
questions that I have zero clue about.
So what you're trying to tell me is Matt can't win.
Matt is not allowed to win.
You know what I'm going to call that?
What?
The higher power. The higher power just came in and took Matt away from getting a win.
Maybe
you guys been holding me down. You guys been holding me down for so long.
It's not us. Like you keep making it seem like we're the ones. We're not doing it. We answer to a higher power, my friend. A higher power than you can possibly fathom.
Well, I'm in control today, and
you shall see.
Do you have your paper and your pens, gentlemen?
What is this? My first time? This is the first hole I dug?
Question number 1. The Boiler Room Brawl match was a specialty for which wrestler?
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know anything about this.
Think about the type of match.
Oh, you sweet summer child.
And then just think of Attitude Era wrestlers.
I'm going to go with this guy. I have no idea, though.
All right. You know what? Go ahead, Anthony. You go first. Who do you have?
I almost with Brutus Beefcake. Is that his name?
What?
If you said the barbershop brawl, then yes, you do right.
I put Kane because the only person I can think of in the room.
Nick? Kane is? Nick, who do you have?
Mankind.
Sal?
Mankind.
Let me hear it 2 times.
I couldn't think about Mankind.
Close, though. You were close with Kane.
But are you sure it was Mankind? I could have sworn Mick Foley did that.
Question number 2 might be a repeat, and if it is, and you remember it, more power to you. Who was John Cena's first match against? Who was John Cena's first match against?
Rook had enough. He loved. Rook gave
He's
up.
like, no thanks.
I think this is the joke because you can't see him.
Now what happened was I didn't want to take out my dip on camera.
Oh.
Did he win?
Who?
John Cena.
I have no idea.
He did not win his
I
debut match.
He didn't win.
I think I should know this.
You should know it.
I don't know. Fuck John Cena.
Honestly, it's wow. I think it's wow. I think it's true that we did say this on this before, and I'll start with Sal. What do you think?
Kurt Angle.
Ding, ding, ding.
Oh wow, I got it right.
Oh, there you go.
Wow.
Nick,
I said Rikishi. Right. I was wrong.
Rikishi. Wrong, but
he
not
did have.
That
might have been like his second or third match. I do remember him having a match early on with him.
They did have a little feud back in the day where they rapped with each other.
Did he do it for The Rock?
He did it for The Rock, and I don't mean the wrestler. Anthony knows.
I got you. Hey, that's a meme you made once. You're like when
the
homeless guy asks you why like he tried to rob you. It's like I did it for The Rock.
Yep. Question number 3. Naomi and Sasha Banks recently walked out on Raw.
That's not Attitude Era, but okay.
Who famously took his ball and went home back in 2002?
I don't know what any of that means.
Who else walked out of the company back in 2002? Famously, meaning that this person's well known.
I get what famously means, man. I'm not to sound like a douche, but I went.
It's not going to be in an obscure wrestler, so like, don't write Goldust because that won't be right.
He's not obscure.
For this question, he is.
I want to say it's.
I think Nick and Sal know, so they wrote their answer
they know.
down.
They know. I'm trying to write it down. I have no idea. I thought I had who it was, but it's not.
Who do you got?
I'm still writing, but they can answer.
Okay.
I'm almost done. It's written down.
Stone Cold.
Ding, ding, ding.
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Put Shawn Michaels.
He did well.
Not in 2002, he did.
Yeah, not in 2002.
He just came back. And Sean didn't take his ball and go anywhere. Sean broke his back for the company, carrying the company on his back. He broke.
He lost a smile, like Vince said.
Yeah.
The reason Stone Cold walked out was because the whole Brock Lesnar thing. They just were going to put him in a match with Brock Lesnar, not even advertised.
King in the Ring qualifying match.
It was a qualifier match. Of course, I'm good for him for walking out.
He was
and
right.
You know what though? To this day, if you ask Stone Cold about it, he says he was wrong. He says he was wrong.
Yeah,
right. Sasha Banks and Naomi, they can take note of that. That better wrestlers, more famous wrestlers, have done something similar and come to regret it, because ultimately you don't walk out on the crowd. They paid money to see you wrestle, and if you don't think they paid money to see you wrestle, then you shouldn't be wrestling in the first place.
There you go.
Did Stone Cold get fired after that when he walked off?
Stone Cold, his contract was terminated after that, and then he came back later.
Yeah, he came back like a year later.
Okay.
Hefty fine he had to pay too.
But he had to hash it out with Vince. It wasn't like, oh yeah, all is forgiven. No. Yeah. He had to come back and have a conversation with Vince.
Yeah, they had like a meeting, and
Vince does that a lot. Though. Vince does that a lot. Like Vince isn't like a guy that's like, oh, I'm going to bury this guy forever. If you bleed for the company, if you sweat for the company, and you do what's right for the company, even if you leave on bad terms, he'll bring you back and try to fix it.
They brought Ultimate Warrior back.
He brought exactly.
Yeah. Scott Steiner just came back.
Fucking A.
Yeah.
But for question number 4, Roman Reigns became undisputed WWE Universal Champion at this year's WrestleMania. Who was the first undisputed champion in WWE history?
God, I hope this is right. I think I know it. I go first.
Are we locked in, gentlemen?
Yes.
Nick, you locked in?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Jericho. I got it right. Let's go.
There you go.
Chris Jericho.
One more time.
Chris Jericho.
Sorry, Sal. The answer was Y2J.
Chris Jericho.
He spells YWHY.
It was, they were looking for Christopher Irvine.
His real name, hockey player. His dad's a hockey player.
Dad played for the New York Rangers, which we will talk about next.
We will talk about the New York Rangers.
And your double Jeopardy question, Sal, what is the point total?
I have 8, Rook has 4, and Nick has 6.
Ooh. What's our wager, gentlemen?
All in as usual.
All in, Sal?
I'm all in. I want Rook to win.
All in, Nick?
1 point.
Oh, 1 point.
Let's go.
Okay.
I'm not getting it right.
Name 5 of Hulk Hogan's WrestleMania opponents.
Oh my God. I might as well just unbelievable.
Just think of Hogan, think of WrestleMania being the biggest that there ever is, and think of the time frame when Hogan was doing his thing, when he was dropping them leg drops. Brother.
All I know is 2. I know 2 definitely.
Just think of who was big at the time.
But what happens if you don't get all 5? You get your questions wrong, right? You should use this for like number 4 and made it a 5-point question.
Whoever has the most right, then there you go. Out of the 5, you have to name 5, but whoever has it had to be a hard one. This is a good double Jeopardy.
Mm-hmm.
It's extremely difficult.
Nick probably named all 12.
It was 12?
Yeah.
I could name all 12.
He was in the company for 12 years, man. Like during WrestleMania period, right? From like 86 to 94, some shit like that.
Well, then he came back and had
Yeah.
So you want me to name all 12?
No, you need 5.
No,
Hello,
no,
5 out of 12.
5.
Ain't
5
bad.
out of 12.
Oh my god, you guys are killing me.
This is a good one.
This is a
Brings
good
up
one.
lots of
Fucking movie
memories.
stars.
Yeah. How you doing over there, Brooke? How many? You got?
I'm dealing.
Some Hall of Fame names on here too.
We'll see.
Oh, you good? You're locked in?
I'm locked in as I'll ever be.
All right, go ahead. I want you to start. I want you to get it rolling.
I want The Rock, Andre, Shawn Michaels, the Ultimate Warrior, and Macho Man Randy Savage.
4 out of 5 is not bad.
Was that 4 points?
Well, wait.
I got 4, so if you guys get 5 each, I'm done.
Oh, all right.
All right. Go ahead, Nick. You go.
I went Andre, Warrior, Rock, Yokozuna, and Sheik.
You got 4 out of 5.
Not the
Wait,
Sheik.
who do you not wrestle?
Sheik.
That was
Fuck,
his
you know
first
what? You're
match
right.
Ever. Even I know that,
Oh.
Nick. Come on. Even I knew that was his first match ever. against the Sheik.
Sal. Sal
I
can take
have
it.
Ultimate Warrior, Sergeant Slaughter, The Rock, Mr. McMahon, and King Kong Bundy.
Ding, 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 ding.
Ding, ding, ding.
Actually, that's incorrect. If you look at Sal, he spelled Bundy wrong. He put IE instead of Y. So therefore, I win.
Well, back in the late 90s, Nick could attest to this. Chris Jericho and China were
Yeah, that's interesting.
I knew that was coming.
Extremely interesting.
I
Nah, that wasn't my
waiting for
fault.
that.
It was the higher power once again.
Higher
Took over.
power.
Nick stole my thing too, but I'll throw it up. The higher power kicked man out. If he comes back and tells the story again, he's getting kicked again.
So when one lost,
We
when
talked
one
about
lost
that
the
before.
Intercontinental,
We talked about this before.
they brought when one lost, the other lost. So winner and still champion, Sal and myself.
No,
and you can
that's-
catch us
That's
every week on a
Sal, why
Wrestling
don't you tell us where we
which
can
is a
catch you?
Scoreboard Addict.
Well,
You know what's happening? Matt's still logged into StreamYard, so he has the ability to come back in.
Ah.
he gets logged on for
there we go.
the Wrestling Addict. So he
So yeah, we're done with him
Wow.
right now.
We gave this guy way too much power. What do we do here?
Rook just got kicked out.
Oh, he doesn't realize he's muted.
He's muted.
What just happened?
What's
I am
Double
happening?
whammy.
from now on, Matt, you're no longer hosting Wrestling Addicts.
Damn.
Unbelievable! I can't believe you just did my own. The thing that I do, that's my thing. It's my shtick, Matt.
I
don't you
stole
get
your
this?
gimmick. I stole
You
your
can't
gimmick.
Yeah.
do- If you do
Gimmick
that,
infringement.
and yeah, that's like when Booker T did the bookend.
That's true. The bookends the rock bottom. Good
Yeah.
call, Rook. Good
I
call.
like that.
There we go.
I like that. There you go.
So you took a rook bottom and made it into a, I don't know, something with O'Day.
Oh, last name dropping on the podcast.
But I did it before too. You didn't realize?
No, I did not.
I thought you were okay with it.
Nah, I don't care.
I think we've all said our last names.
We might have.
once.
Moving
Anyway.
on.
Sal, we appreciate you coming on, joining us.
Yes, of course.
We will see you later. And remember to listen to Matt and Sal for the Wrestling Addicts podcast. They'll film it tomorrow. It'll be live on our Twitter stream and our YouTube stream. Actually, no, Matt and Sal, you guys can't use the YouTube or the Twitter. Yeah, they record only next week tomorrow because the Ranger game's on. And we need it for the Ranger stuff. You're preempted.
That works. Okay.
Preempted.
Yeah, preempted like
wrestling usually gets preempted, so it's all right.
Yeah. Wrestling always gets bumped, so it's par for the course.
I just want you guys to know that we were thinking about both of you when we sent out that video today of Shawn Michaels as the New York Rangers kicking everyone in the face.
Yeah.
Kicking Sean Spears.
Was that Sean Spears?
Yeah.
Is he
They called him Stan.
Yeah.
All right. Well, as always, we're going to do our little Shock Energy. Thanks for sponsoring us. So here's a little Shock Energy commercial.
Shocked Energy. Delicious.
No sugar, too, in the energy drinks, which is pretty impressive. Well, I guess I don't want to say all natural because I don't know if that's true. But there's no sugar.
There's naturally no sugar.
Go to our Twitter account and you'll see the link to go through our affiliate link. For some reason, our promo code doesn't work, and I haven't reached out to fix it. So.
You know what I like about Shocked is because it's like a powder that you can just eat it.
It's like Fun Dip.
Exactly. Like Fun Dip.
It is like Fun Dip.
Hashtag Gen Z knows.
Oh, yeah. Wait, I just realized.
I love Fun Dip.
Sal, I'm going to say goodbye to you, but we forgot to do Does Gen Z Know with you first. So let's do quick Does Gen Z Know
All right.
before we say goodbye to you.
Why are you holding the microphone up?
Because
too low and he has to keep bending down.
Yeah, lately on the podcast, when I've been listening back to the episodes, I'm really low. So that's why I had to pick it up. I could put it here. It might be a little better, but I don't know.
I mean, it's better than going down every time like you're slobbing the knob. So,
sir, this is not time to be talking about that. All right. Does
Gen Z know? By the way, for the Wrestling Addicts, my favorite part of their entire intro is this.
Mine too. I love it.
That's
Sal's
great.
little two-step that he's doing. Like
I don't remember, when did I do that? I don't even remember that.
Is when you won when we robbed Matt of the win for throwing ice cream. You danced on Matt.
We didn't rob him, all right? We got a call from the higher power, and they said, "Screw that guy."
And then you danced on his grave. But
He
before we
spelled
start,
it the same way.
This is sponsored by In the Clutch. Use promo code SCORE10. They're a new affiliate that we work with, a new sponsor we're working with. We're one of the affiliate ambassadors. They use everyone from Belly Up uses them as well. They have licensed MLB products, licensed NBA. Sorry, not licensed, player licenses. So that like MLBPA approves it, not the actual leagues, but the player approvals. NBA, wrestling, MLB, NHL, stuff like that. So they have a couple of Ranger shirts in there. Check them out. A couple of Yankee shirts as well. And we're working with them to make a Yankee shirt as well for our Yankee fans to listen to a podcast. So that's In the Clutch. I guess they'll sponsor this segment as Shocked Energy sponsored the last one. So we're talking about you, Sal. Does Gen Z know? We've spoken this before. I don't know if you were listening to us, but do you know who the Great Gazoo is?
The Great Gazoo?
Yeah.
Heard of the name. Don't know who he is, though. Who is he?
Not Brett Gardner.
That was my answer.
The Great Gazoo.
Do you guys want to give a hint who the Great Gazoo is? Like something?
He's an animated character from an old TV show. When I say old, I mean like 60s old.
Like a magician?
Kind of.
He sort of was, I guess.
Tiny.
Like a voodoo
short.
guy?
No, he was short with like a really giant head.
He looked like Brett Gardner. He was green.
He just like appeared too, right?
Is it that cartoon character that's green that has like a top hat?
Doesn't have a top hat.
Not the top.
No.
He does have a helmet, but it's not a top hat.
Yeah. He used to just appear too. He's just
I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Well, what is it?
Not entirely though. I've heard of it. I could like picture it, but I don't know what it is.
The Great Gazoo is a character from the Flintstones, and he was an alien that came from outer space, and he would help get Fred in and out of trouble. And I still can't figure out how they fit that into that show.
Didn't he fuck with the Jetsons though? Wasn't he on the Jetsons to where they did that that mesh up?
The crossover?
Yeah, crossover.
No,
there you go.
Mesh up.
The crossover for the Jetsons meet the Flintstones was a time machine.
Yeah.
Oh, it wasn't him? Wouldn't it have made more sense for it to be him?
He also made an appearance in the Flintstones Viva Rock Vegas.
I don't think I saw that one.
It was not good.
I didn't see that one.
It was not good. No Rosie O'Donnell, no John Goodman, no Rick Moranis.
Was it
no
Stephen Baldwin?
The one with Stephen Baldwin, yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't think
anything is good with Stephen Baldwin.
Whoa, buddy.
Biodome.
Fucking dome.
Biodome is definitely good with Stephen Baldwin.
You don't say shit like that on this show.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. Give him denied. Give him
no, that's a movie to review. That's a movie to
Denied.
I wasn't picking you out. Don't get.
Oh, okay.
Really
I got
scared.
nervous. Sorry, PTSD.
Really nervous.
I saw my little box disappear. So
So
PTSD.
Sal, who is Gizmo?
Yeah.
I should know this.
Yeah, you should.
I should know this. I've heard it so many times. Gizmo.
Here's a hint. Don't feed him after midnight.
Or get him wet.
Or get him wet.
No, I was gonna say, is it a cat? No.
It's furry. It's not a cat.
Yeah, he's furry. He's not a cat, though.
Is it a dog?
No. It's furry. It's not a dog.
Not a dog, not a cat, but he is furry.
I don't know. What is it?
Gizmo is the main character, well, kind of. The main antagonist, I guess, of the movie Gremlins.
Yes.
Oh, I've seen that movie 1,000 times. His name is Gizmo?
Yeah.
How did you not know that?
I haven't seen it in a while, but I've seen it a lot, but I didn't realize his name was Gizmo, though.
I want you to know I've never seen Gremlins, and even I know that the fucking thing's name is Gizmo.
Really? You've never seen Gremlins?
I'm not into scary movies.
It's not a scary
I love
movie.
scary movies. It's just like a weird movie.
What do you mean it's not a scary movie? They turn into fucking monsters that kill everyone.
I used to watch the movie as a child. I loved that.
It's just like creepy, I guess.
Yeah, but it's not like Halloween scary.
Yeah.
No,
it's
no.
kitty
It's
scary.
sci-fi alien scary.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's horror.
Like The
I wasn't
Fly.
scared of it. You know, I was terrified of when I was a kid. The Thriller video. I used to get so scared of those.
The
zombies.
Thriller video.
Fucking Michael Jackson. The only thing where you, I mean, you were a child, so yes, be afraid of Michael Jackson. But
Yeah, no, rightfully so. I should be afraid.
Well,
of
now it
any
makes sense.
Thriller. Not even that. It was a zombie Michael Jackson. So,
and also a werewolf Michael Jackson.
oh, the
God,
werewolf.
that music video was ahead of its time.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Really
that a good
was.
one.
Really, it was.
But
Do you have a question for Sal before he leaves? Does Gen Z know?
What was the name of the fast food place that they worked at Saved by the Bell?
That's a good one.
the new Saved by the Bell was just canceled, so that's a pretty apropos question.
There you go.
Good. I'm glad it was canceled. No
It was
disrespect.
canceled for overwokeness.
Yeah, it really was overwoke.
I gotta be honest, I've never even watched Saved by the Bell.
Sal.
I don't think
Sal.
maybe I've never seen it.
Somewhere between you not watching White Chicks and you not watching Saved by the Bell, I feel like we failed.
The fact that he still hasn't watched White Chicks when it was a homework assignment for his internship means we should have failed this internship.
You take my credits back.
Take his credits back. His professor would have been like, wait, why are the guys you interned for taking it away? We're like, well, he didn't watch White Chicks.
He didn't know who the Wayans brothers were, and then we gave him the opportunity to watch White Chicks, and he declined.
And then the professor would be like, you know what? You deserve enough.
Can somebody explain to me how fucking JP Sears got a win before Jordan Montgomery?
It's crazy, isn't it?
It's actually really, really bad.
I'm not mad at JP Sears. Good for him.
He did great.
God damn if the Yankees don't hate fucking Jordan Montgomery.
Hate him.
They really do.
Hate him.
Steers, 5 innings pitched, 3 hits, no runs, 2 walks, 5 Ks. That's not bad for
Really
your
good.
debut.
I thought it was going to be a blowout tonight.
Well, interesting.
So well, it's his second win. Sears, but his first as a starter, I guess, right?
I think he came out of the bullpen like in the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
Yes, that's correct.
That's correct, Matt. You are correct.
Thank you.
All right. So I think
wait. So the answer to the question.
Oh yeah. Why don't we answer the question?
Is the max?
They work at the max,
and that guy was a magician.
Yes, he was. Something Alonso, not Pete. Ed Alonso.
It was Alfonso Ribeiro.
It was not Alfonso Ribeiro. Although I did just see him on an episode of A Different World, and he played kind of a creep.
Oh, I remember that one.
That's actually kind of funny.
Wow, I remember that.
Yeah, the Max used to do tricks while you ate. He'd pull out flowers out of his apron.
He'd make your drink itself.
Yeah, oh yeah, he used to do that. That was actually really funny.
Here's your Coke, and then he'd stick his finger in it, and it would drink the fucking Coke. And you'd be like, "What's this drink, man?"
Because he had to pay for it.
He had some sort of contraption in his finger that would suck up the.
One episode, he gave them sliders instead of burgers, and they were like, "Really cute. You shrunk the burgers." He's like, "Nah, cutbacks, man. Sorry." We'll be getting that soon.
The one time he touched one of them. No, sorry, that didn't happen. It didn't.
Oh. I think you're watching the wrong Saved by the Bell.
For a little while, they had that guy. What's his name? The actor. What was his name? James. I shouldn't. That's my nephew's name is James. I should have known that, right? Real fast. James. They had James the actor, and he worked there instead of Max. That was weird.
Oh yeah, that was weird. Some of the stuff Saved by the Bell is a little weird. Did you ever remember?
Yeah, like the fact that they constantly had 20-something and 30-something-year-old women hitting on 16-year-old boys.
Yeah, that was always happening.
And it was totally cool too. Like all those TNBC shows were like that. By the way, I just want to point that out because I distinctly remember an episode of California Dreams where a cop is undercover at the school and she starts dating Jake and they like fall in love and she's like, "Oh, but I'm a cop." I'm like, "Yeah, you're like 25 and he's 16, you sicko. What's wrong with you?"
She's a cop. She has to get a report herself for trying for pedophilia.
Sick.
Yeah,
and nobody had a problem with this.
Yeah, Saved by the Bell would be like, "There's no hope in dope, but statutory rape is totally okay." Because that's pretty much what was happening.
You ever watch Zach Morris's Trash?
I've heard about it. I've seen the little clips. I agree with some of it.
I refuse to watch
No, it's actually
it's really funny. It's really
I won't
funny.
watch anybody sit here and denigrate Zach fucking Morris, the governor of California.
Hold on, we have a special guest. You guys ready?
I'm not ready.
Oh!
Let's go. Let's go.
Everyone, please welcome TJ. Now, performer in the center
Did you
stage.
voir dire this witness before you brought him on?
Listen, all I know is the second I heard somebody shit on Stephen Baldwin, I had to come on and defend Biodome.
You know, it's funny. I saw we had one viewer and then it went away, and I was like, I wonder what happened. Then TJ jumped on.
I want you to know. Did you have time to voir dire this witness?
Voir dire is the word, not
no.
dire.
That's not how Vinny says it. Vinny says voir dire. All right.
It's pronounced voir dire.
Listen, am I too late to jump into?
I ain't fucking French.
Am I too late to jump into? Does Gen Z know?
No. You actually just
bring it. Let's go.
All right. Can you name the 80s sitcom star that was an alien who had an affinity for eating cats?
Ooh, that's a good one. I love that.
That is a good one.
Ooh.
His name is a acronym. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
This isn't like Star Trek, is it?
No. It's a
comedy
sitcom.
sitcom.
It's a sitcom.
Comedy sitcom.
It's like Family Matters, except Urkel is an alien.
And he ate cats.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Urkel ate cats either way, but
I know Balky did. Balky definitely ate cats.
Balky definitely ate cats, 100%.
No, he milked them.
I milked the cat.
That
I got
yo,
you,
not for
right?
nothing.
You
That,
milked
that
me?
that character was so goddamn famous. He had his own cartoon show.
Great.
I had a stuffed animal of him when I was younger.
I think he had his own cereal too.
He did. He did.
He was huge. He had his own Pogs too.
Everybody,
Oh,
you can make Pogs out of anything, guy.
Yeah, I know.
Pogs. Oh,
We actually
man.
one of the first Gen Z know if it's Sal was we asked him if he knew what Pogs were.
We did, in
That's
fact,
right,
ask
yeah.
about Pogs.
Yeah.
Did I know or not?
No,
You
you
had
didn't
no
know.
idea what Pogs
Yeah.
were. You were like, really? You people did this? You guys were fucking losers.
That and the yo-yo.
Yes,
The yo-yo
we were.
too. Sal was like, you guys are fucking losers.
Well, I knew what the yo-yo was.
No, you didn't.
Where's my yo-yo?
I
I got a
did?
yo-yo around
You
here.
got it
somewhere.
wrong.
Amazing.
You didn't know what a yo-yo was?
Well, we called the question was
I asked him a bunch of like moves with a yo-yo. and he
Yeah.
was like, I don't know what you're
Oh,
doing.
yeah, I didn't know.
he's like, if I'm doing around the world, walk the dog, all this other stuff.
And rocking the cradle. What am I doing? And he was
Yeah.
like, I don't fucking know.
And he was like,
Play
no,
basketball.
He said
I felt
basketball.
dumb
yeah.
afterwards.
So,
I don't know.
you know?
So Sal, what was that? What was that show?
Who was
Here's
it?
a hint. Your name is in the show, kind of. It's very close. 2 letters of your name are definitely in the show.
Wasn't that not that close?
Ah,
But like, if you take
know.
2 letters to your name and take another letter from the alphabet, you have the show.
Yeah.
The show's only 3 fucking letters, and 2 of them are in your name.
It's only 3 letters.
The show's
Yep.
only 3 letters.
And 2 letters. I don't know. What is it?
It is ALF.
What?
ALF,
Never heard
alien
of
life form.
If
You've
his
never
name-
heard of
heard of
ALF?
No.
If his name was South, it would have been closer.
that.
South.
No, I've never heard of it.
Suspicious alien life form, South.
Yeah.
All right, wait. There's one more. Does Gen Z know? But this really isn't like an 80s or 90s question. If you take your left hand and you sit on it for a little while until it goes numb, what are you trying to do?
Oh, I've seen that before. It
Am I
like a
answering
brown
this?
animal.
He's not an animal. He's an
The
alien.
same fucking haircut as you, Sal.
He was like to come over.
Oh,
Oh my god, that was a guy in that costume?
Feels like someone else is
when
doing
he
it.
walked around. You ever see Alf walk? It's so weird.
Yeah, because there's a midget inside a costume. That's why it's so weird. It's like
Yeah,
an
he's
Ewok.
like- it was so strange to watch Alf. It's so weird.
That is
Freaks
weird
me out.
looking.
That is weird.
Because usually you only see half the like his chest up because he's a puppet. But then when he walks around like around the house and stuff, and they show his feet, creepy.
Yeah, because there's a freaking little person inside. All right,
listen,
weird.
it's the same reason I hate carnies. Small hands.
somewhere Peter Dinklage is fucking frowning really hard right now.
Yeah, but with small hands, it makes it look bigger.
Yes.
It's true.
It's true. It's true. All right.
So
Well,
wait,
Sal, that was
Sal,
good.
hold on. Did you figure out that move I was asking about? Sit on your left hand, let it fall asleep for a little bit.
Feels like someone
No.
else is doing it.
It's called The Stranger.
The stranger?
Yeah, because it feels like someone else is doing it.
Ah, gotcha.
God.
Gotcha.
It's always a good podcast when you can throw a stranger reference in there.
Yeah, it's always fun talking about.
And we're not even talking about Camus. I know. I just made it a fucking philosophical show. Albert Camus wrote a book named The Stranger. It's pretty
Did he-
highly touted and
Did he
educated.
sit on his left hand and write a whole book about his experience?
Not
He
what it's
actually didn't
about.
write it because he sat in his left hand and then used the left hand to write it.
You know, I try to smarten the group up a little bit with a little educated conversation, and it denigrates down to fucking baseline trash.
Well, none of us knew what it was.
Know
So-
your audience. Know
You
your
guys need to
audience.
learn how to read fucking books. This is a house of learned men.
No, I know how to read. I got 2 books at my bedside.
Hustler and
Hey, TJ, you
No.
sticking around or are you leaving?
Now I'm gonna go. I gotta go to bed.
All right, then.
Yes,
we'll catch
but-
up another time. We'll talk about this. Your day to day. We'll talk about it.
And the stranger.
The stranger. We'll talk about it another day. All right,
Why,
TJ.
wait a second. What are you guys jumping into? Let's ask that question.
We're going into Ranger talk.
Oh,
And then
Jesus.
golf.
Are you going into Rangers talk?
Yeah, Rangers in the golf.
Well, we only got 29 minutes to do it.
Yeah.
I'll see you in 5 minutes.
All right.
I'm gonna get my laptop.
All right, Sal.
There he is.
Thanks for joining us like always.
Yeah, of
Matt
course.
and Sal, you can find them at Wrestling Addicts. It's very good. They know what they're talking about. Sal, you can also catch them on the Wrestling Inc. live tweeting AEW. TNA Impact is still a show or no?
No, I do.
Sorry, I'm just
I
joking.
do mainly WWE and AEW shows.
Okay, so
And
you got
I'll
WWE,
also-
NXT,
So wait.
Raw, SmackDown.
NXT, Raw, SmackDown, NXT, AEW, Dynamite, and Rampage. And I will also be doing live coverage for AEW Double or Nothing Sunday pay-per-view.
Let's go.
So
That's awesome.
If
looking
I remember
forward to
correctly,
it.
that was their first pay-per-view, was it not?
I think it was All In. AEW
Yeah,
All In.
I would say all in. Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
because that's what really jump started the whole
So,
AEW movement.
It was like a crowd-funded event.
so you don't do Ring of Honor stuff?
Well, Ring of Honor and AEW are like combined now.
I know. I was just kidding.
Oh, all right.
That's why I made that face.
Nick knows
Well-
his. He knows. He's within the know.
I'm
Yeah,
not
actually-
no Mark. I ain't no Mark.
That's right. His name is Nick.
All right, Sal. Well, thanks for joining us again. We'll see you.
Yeah,
we'll see you
of
next
course.
week.
Mhm.
Peace out.
Definitely.
Later.
Bye, guys.
Bye, Sal.
And Matt, we're gonna say goodbye to you too, because
Which is good because I do not really know hockey, and I enjoy listening to the three of you get into it. And I'll catch you guys on the YouTube. So
and the power told us you're not allowed to be on anymore. So
yeah, that's it. My time's up. I got to start rolling anyway. It's that time of the night. So
at least you're honest.
yeah, I mean, why not?
Higher Power said, "Don't you, as you wear a fucking Dare shirt."
What does the
That's
shirt
what
say?
makes- That's what makes it ironic.
I'm gonna change it to Matt because I am keeping kids off drugs.
He's
Doing
gonna
my
smoke
part.
all the drugs so they can't do them.
Better me than them.
It's a good thing. It's a really good self-sacrifice.
You know, it's the little victories like this that I
It's a
go
tough
back
job,
and
but
look at.
someone has to do it. Someone has to protect the kids like that. So.
I have no problem stepping up to do my part.
Good for you.
Matt, what
For
did you
the
say you
children.
could change your shirt to say?
I'm just gonna have to say my
It doesn't matter what you're gonna change it to say. Kick 'em
no.
off.
All right, then. So we're gonna go back into New York Rangers talk. He's gonna add himself back because he has the ability to now. But
Son of a bitch, I can't believe you did that. That just
stole my
reckless.
shtick.
I'm gonna say goodnight. Thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate it. Go Rangers, and look forward to hearing what you guys have to say about Game 4.
Awesome.
Peace out.
Peace. So we've already done our Game 4 recap. We were joined last night with the glove drop. She was a great guest. She was really funny. She knew her shit.
I gotta say, my favorite part of that entire thing is that.
You gotta give us like a heads up when you're doing that because like if
I
someone
don't need to do shit.
if someone
is
not
fucking-
for me. If listeners who listen to the podcast and the audio just got their eardrums blown out because you just
I'm
pulled
sorry
shit.
for your loss, but you heard some greatness just now. So
Well, we're speaking about New York Rangers, so we are going to a quick break and then return into our Rangers intro.
Release us!
Welcome to Rangers hockey at Madison Square Garden.
go. I'm fucking pumped now. I saw the video. Let's go.
Yeah, I know. Let's go. So about New York
Let's
Rangers. So
go.
as I was saying before, we were joined yesterday. TJ's back. We were joined yesterday with Tara from the Glove Drop. If anyone hasn't listened to us, go back. Podcast feed, check it out. Game 4 recap with her. Was saying she was funny. She knew her hockey. She plays beer league hockey at midnight, which is insane to me.
That's some commitment right there.
That is commitment. And then you also have she lives rent free in Biz Nasty's head because he blocked her, which was funny. That's a funny story. So check that out. But we're gonna recap again briefly, I think. But we'll talk about New York Rangers hockey. Serious now. Ty, we're heading back to Raleigh. We also want to talk a little about what the Rangers need to do to overcome the Hurricanes in Game 5. Obviously, the last 2 times out in Carolina, they lost both of them. They only scored 1 goal in 2 games, so they got to make a change. They made changes, obviously, going into the Garden. They switched the lineup. They sweated the kid line, kind of put a jolt of offense to the veterans, and it simply helped out. In the last 2 games, the Rangers scored 7 goals against Ronta. So, boys, how you feeling about Game 5?
Well, I mean, you kind of had to figure at some point they were going to score goals against Ronta. He is a backup. He's not a starter in the league on a normal basis. And I got to say, as far as the Rangers are concerned up to this point in the playoffs, you got to kind of be a little bit disappointed with the performance against these backup goalies. A little bit. I mean, I'm glad we're winning. I really am. But it's a little discerning, it's disconcerting to see like, hey, we're playing 2 rounds against 2 backups, and we're not lighting up the lights, the lamp. Yeah, I'm sorry. We're not lighting the lamp every. It should be 5 goals a night against these guys. They are not starters, but we're winning. I'm happy about that. We're starting to see the veterans come along very well. Braden Schneider is somebody that I'm really paying a lot of close attention to. I'm very happy with the way that he's played up to this point. I'm glad to not see Nemeth on the friggin' ice because he is just a waste of skates. There's a lot of physicality going on. I think that's the biggest thing for me, physicality. You have to be physical to win in the playoffs. It's just the nature of the game. That's how it's played. You're seeing it come around from Trouba. You're seeing it come around from Lafreniere. And you're seeing it coming around, obviously, from Lindgren's going to be physical. I really do like – and, of course, Shesterkin's going to be Shesterkin. And as long as he's doing that. But now you're starting to see Zibanejad really kick it into another gear. Somehow he's got 14 points up to this point. Fox is leading all defensemen in points in the entire playoffs. There's a lot of good things happening, but I would like to see more consistency away from the Garden. We can't go on the road and lose. I think Carolina's showing us that you can't lose games on the road. That's not a remedy for success in the playoffs. You got to be able to win on the road.
Absolutely. Yeah, I agree 100% with your physicality point. I think we finally saw in the series Trouba step up and do what he did all season long and pretty much just bully and body people around, to his will. So it was good to see him. Carolina definitely screwed themselves and put all the momentum in the Rangers' favor by after that Max Domi hit with Lorenz going after Trouba and then Trouba wiping the floor with him pretty much. So, I mean, they gave us a free huge momentum boost. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. But the Rangers were dialed in. They came out hot. They played the mental chess game. They knew they wanted to get in Tony DeAngelo's face, but they didn't take any stupid penalties to do it. They made a statement. They made their points out there. They threw the body around. Reeves is in their head. I mean, Tony DeAngelo mouthing off to Reeves, and while Reeves laughing because everybody in the league, even Tony DeAngelo's parents are sitting there like, oh, dude, you're going to get knocked the fuck out.
Don't pick a fight with that guy. I was sitting at a bar last night with my girlfriend and our friends, and my buddy Tony doesn't know much about hockey. And he was like, what's that about? And I was just like, yeah, that guy, Ryan Reeves, is one of the toughest and most prolific fighters in the NHL at the time, if not of all time. And I was like, and the other guy's not. And he's picking a fight with the wrong guy. Like, Reeves lives to fight right now.
It's easy to talk shit with the stripes in between you. You know what I mean? It's real easy. It's real easy But we both know in the corner with no ref in the way, he's skating away and running his mouth out on his way back to the bench to ride some pine. So, I mean, the Rangers are doing what they're supposed to do. The scoring is starting to come around to the first and second line, which is exactly what they need. We talked about last night. You said, is the kid line done? I mean, with the switch ups, it is. But those players, they're not as noticeable because you got the first and second line starting to come around and do what they're supposed to do. The kid line has been excelling. They're playing above their heads right now. The fourth line is playing above its head right now. They're not a detriment to the team. They're not getting scored on. They're able to go out there and kill some time and allow the first and second line to get a rest. But the first and second line is finally putting the puck in the back of the net. And that's exactly what they need to do. Panarin is still a ghost out there. It's not that he's playing bad. He's not playing up to snuff. He's not playing up to the standard at which we expect him to play. He's making plays. He's moving the puck around. He's getting shots on net. But they don't seem to be quality shots. I mean, the puck is bouncing off his stick a lot. He's fanning on passes a lot. It's just, I don't know if he's injured. I don't know if it's just, the playoff atmosphere is getting to him a little bit, or maybe he's pressing because he knows that he needs to be playing better, and now he's trying to force it. It could be any number of things, but if we get Panarin going, I mean, you talk about smooth sailing through the rest of the series, but
we're dangerous.
2 wins in a row. The Rangers win 2 games at home for the Garden Faithful, so those fans paying that exorbitant amount of money for those tickets should be jazzed up about it. They got to see pretty much the greatest show in New York City live, and they got the win out of it. You got to be happy about that. I think that, all the momentum is in our favor. I feel like if we come out and play the first period like we played the last 2 games, it's just going to put Carolina in the heels, and they're going to be just trying to do anything and everything to get a goal and get that bounce back and try to get a little momentum back in their favor, because, I mean, that tank is almost on empty.
Yeah, and it would be huge to strike early and quick, especially in that building. Take that crowd out of it. That crowd's loud. Take them out of it. A little less stress for Igor, a little less stress for the Rangers. But I also want to state that the Carolina Hurricanes got roasted by a fucking building. Did you guys see this on Twitter?
I did.
Building, the Empire State Building's Twitter account. They had a Carolina Hurricanes on, I think it was Sunday, posted the image of a red storm gathering around the Empire State Building and said a storm is coming. They lost 2 games in New York, and then the Empire State Building wrote back, what storm? And it was the picture of 3 lawn chairs, and one of them was tipped over.
Yeah. Dude, classic. They got roasted by an elderly building.
Yeah, it's pretty sad.
I actually didn't see that. I'm looking for that right now because I did not see that.
Oh, it's great.
I retweeted it, and I was like, you got roasted by a building.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's your franchise is down to, being roasted by buildings, losing 2 games in the Garden. And then we posted our video meme. Yeah, there you go.
Listen,
we posted our video meme recently of Shawn Michaels and Triple H, and then just Shawn Michaels as Trouba, and just sweet chin music in everybody in the hallway. It was TDA Lawrence, not Lawrence, as we put.
I gotta say, the response from our buddies over there at the Broadway Hat. I'm glad we spelled that wrong, because somebody's like, his name is Lawrence, not Lawrence. And the Broadway Hat goes, it doesn't matter what their names are. And I just thought that was so appropriate. I loved it. It was better with the error, especially that somebody tried to chirp back at us.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was that's the guy who runs the Surge Cast.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, he's from Belly Up. So we don't want to talk too much trash, but we've been going back and forth the last couple weeks because
insisting that we stole their Storm Surge thing.
Yeah, I don't think he didn't say that to us, but it was just funny. We're like, he kind of has been quiet because we constantly posted videos, and then he wrote, "You guys spelled Lawrence wrong. I hope you guys get blown out." And I was just like, I don't really give a shit. I wrote back, and then he wrote back, it doesn't matter
enough to get the name right.
Yeah, like, who cares? Doesn't matter. And then he's like, I hope
her
you guys
name
get
is
out.
Christina. You come to my house, you get my wife's
name right.
And then I think I actually
are you stupid or are you deaf?
I sent him a gif of Neil Patrick Harris with a sign that said "Hopes and Dreams." He said, "I hope you guys get blown out," and it's just him just tossing it away like it's trash.
And PH is the best.
So it was
yeah,
good times.
I mean,
good times. All
listen,
good fun though. Surgecast, we're all rivalries are good for the network. So
absolutely,
don't take
rivalries are
any
great. I mean, that's what makes sports great. Especially a fun rivalry, not shit talking each other, just rolling with it. So
yeah, exactly.
You know, you gotta, if you can give it, you can take it. We could definitely take a beating, especially me and Nick. We're Jets fans. We're used to taking beatings. So, but yeah, I mean, back to the Rangers. I think the one thing that was very evident that when the Rangers got ahead and Carolina started pressing a little bit, the Rangers started getting those stretch passes and had 2 breakaway opportunities. I mean, if you can get ahead, if the Rangers can get ahead on this Hurricanes team and they're going to press and the defense is going to jump in on the offensive rushes, it's going to lead to more opportunities and more rushes our way, especially odd man rushes. And that's exactly what you want. If you want to get ahead and you want to then capitalize on those mistakes, the Rangers have done a very good job in the last 2 games of capitalizing on the power play. I mean, you want to be a productive playoff team, you have to capitalize on the power play. Your percentage has to be somewhere in the 50 to 60% range on the power play, because especially in the playoffs, as the clock ticks down, by the second and third period, you're lucky if you get 1, maybe 2 calls.
Honestly, T, I was about to say that. Great point. The power play. The Rangers are crushing it on the power play. They have all season, and that's been I believe half of Kreider's goals were actually power play goals. But
26 of the 52.
The Hurricanes, however, I believe are 8 for their last 84 or something like that. As far
89.
as their Jesus, that's awful. That's less than 10%.
Yeah,
less than 10%, and it's getting to the point where their power play production is so anemic that we go on a power play and I'm like, all right, well, this is just kind of wasting 2 minutes, and we might even get a shorty on this one.
Actually,
on a penalty kill. Yeah,
I saw a tweet that said you could tell there's former Rangers on the Hurricanes with their 8 for 89 power play.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, it was a Ranger problem back in 2014. They were pretty bad. Even though they made that run in 2014, they were brutally bad on the power play.
Absolutely.
We were brutally bad on the power play for a lot of years, actually.
Yeah. It was at the point where it was like if you're at the Garden and they're on the power play, you're like, nothing's going to happen. You go grab a beer.
You'd scream, shoot the puck.
Well, you just go grab a beer because you know nothing was going to happen.
Yeah,
dude, that was like the go-to thing. You just scream and shoot at them because they would just cycle the puck around to the outside, and then somebody would lose it and would come out of the zone.
So TJ, something happened last night that is your least favorite thing in hockey. You know what I'm talking about?
Least favorite thing in hockey.
In modern hockey.
In modern hockey, least favorite thing.
What's something that happens in modern hockey very regularly these days that you absolutely hate?
Did the ref stop a fight before a fight was about to happen?
No, but it did kind of involve a fight a little bit.
Okay.
Here's the hint.
Let's hear it.
It was clean.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Yeah, a clean check results in a fight every time.
That happened last night, right? A clean check to Domi. Domi took a dive. His skate went out from under him.
In real time, it looks worse. In real time, and just catching the end of it, it looks worse than it is. But I'm happy with the no call because clearly Domi's falling down in that situation. He's not a defenseless player. He just happens to take a trip himself pretty much and fall down at the least opportune time. So it's not on Trouba. Trouba's already delivering the hit. You can't pull up when you're already in the act of delivering a hit. Domi has a miscue and starts going down. It looked bad. It looked terrible, but it's not a dirty play. It's not, and not for nothing. Trouba, and people want to try to be like, well, Trouba left his feet. Trouba took a lot of that hit because he got low hide essentially. You know, he could have got just as hurt, if not more hurt, than Domi with his legs getting taken out from underneath him at that rate of speed.
And then Lawrence comes over. Lawrence, however you want to pronounce his name. I'm American, not French. I don't speak surrender. He comes over, decides he wants to fight Trouba, and then loses the fight.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Which is funny because Trouba just took a hit going into those boards after kind of whiffing on Domi.
Right.
He didn't whiff 100%, but he didn't get all of Domi, and he kind of got himself a little bit. And Lawrence comes over, goes to fight Truba, and then loses against a wobbly Truba. The Truba train came through.
Right. You're coming in from the side, dropping the gloves where a guy's not expecting a fight. You'd wrap him up. So now the guy realizes as you already have the upper hand because you know you're trying to fight him, he doesn't know what's going on yet. And then you still get tossed to the ice, and then Truba got a nice 2 shots in while he was down, which I'm not a big fan of. But in that situation where you're going to jump somebody that's not paying attention, you deserve to get a couple pops.
Yeah. Yeah. And then he gets what? He gets a 2-minute instigating,
a
5 for fighting, and a 10-minute major for roughing.
Yep.
So
thank you very much.
So what was that? He got a 17-minute penalty?
Yeah.
All because of a misunderstanding, ultimately.
Right. And even so, I mean, you could tell it wasn't a dirty hit. It just looked bad. It's like we were saying, and we've said it all year. I'm just sick and tired every time Truba delivers a big hit. He's got to fight afterwards. It's a clean hit. Pick your head up, get back into play, or go sit on the bench. That's it. You know, it's hockey. You're supposed to get hit. It's a physical sport. If you don't want to play it, then don't. I mean, you go out there, you're waiting to get hit. That's why I love that old school mentality. I love Jeremy Roenick because he said it time and time again. I knew I was going to have a great game if I was bleeding in the first period. A lot of times my game wouldn't get going until somebody gave me a good shot, and then I was in the mix of it. Got the adrenaline going, and now it's go time.
Yeah, I mean, the Rangers are firing on a lot of cylinders right now. Actually, right now, other than Panarin, who, listen, the fact that we're winning without him right now it says volumes.
Statement itself. Yeah.
But other than Panarin, and maybe Strome a little bit, he's taken a lot of stupid penalties lately.
But Strome is known for taking dumb penalties, lazy penalties, and missing open nets.
Yeah. Speaking of missing open nets, we've seen a few of those over the course of the last 11 games. Kakko's missed, I believe, 2. Yesterday, I wouldn't say Zibanejad missed, but he went low instead of high.
In the right position.
Yeah. But if we can capitalize on some of these miscues, and again, we're playing against the backup. We should be winning these games. I understand the Hurricanes gave us a rough time all season. They really did. Hats off to the Hurricanes and their 6 fans. But the backup is in. We should win. We should win this series.
Right.
I was a little nervous coming into this series because we did struggle against the Hurricanes this season. But seeing our backup in there, I'm like, all right, well, he's the backup. We should win this. I mean, we've got no reason to lose.
Yep.
I love Barclay Goodrow, but there's no reason. He's not so much of the team that we should be losing anything.
No, it's a key piece that we're missing, and that play of experience, is a big help. But I mean, this especially the kid line, the experience that they're getting in the playoffs, just from this year alone, I love our team going into the future. I love our team going into the next 2 or 3 seasons because it's just it's a well-rounded, complete team.
I've got a fear. My fear is that they're going to do what the Yankees do, where they go, oh, we need a veteran presence. Meanwhile, the majority of the team has been on the team for 5 years. They've got playoff experience, but they're still going to sit there and think that guys like Lafreniere and Kakko and Hedl aren't veterans, even though because they're 25. They're like, oh, they're only 25. Right. We need a 40-year-old guy like Brett Gardner on this team to make, we have to have that veteran presence.
Right.
You got 5 years in the league. You play in the playoffs. You've got veteran leadership already. No matter what.
You got your street cred. I mean, you earn your stripes. That's it. It's go time. Yep. You got everything you need to know about the game, and you learn from it. So, I mean, going forward, going into Game 5 tomorrow night, I think if the Rangers keep the pressure, if they play a full 60-minute game like they played in Games 3 and 4, there is no reason why we can't get a W down in Raleigh.
Agreed. I agree. I know we all said it. I still feel Rangers in 6. We said it yesterday too. But if you want more of a breakdown of the Rangers game, check out our other Game 4 podcast recap. It's we go into Game 4 and we break down what keys they need for Game 5. But we're running out of time. We only have a couple minutes left. We want to do this real quick with TJ PGA Picks, sponsored by Piper Golf. Promo code SCORE10 for 10% off. Your entire purchase is a Piper Golf sampler right there. I'm rocking the Piper Golf hat. I love this hat. It's great hat. I'm gonna be shooting some content this Friday. We're gonna go. I'm going to the driving range Friday morning.
Nice.
Hit up the. What do they have? The pitch and putt there at the Quail Ridge. Is that what it is? Pitch and putt.
They have pitch and putt. They have the driving range. Yep.
So I'll be doing that today on Friday. Sorry. So we don't have too much time, so we'll go too in depth. But we're back in Texas. We are at Colonial for the Charles Schwab Challenge. PJ, I don't know if you have your TJ. I don't know if your picks, but I'm gonna go quick winners. I'm gonna pick Victor Hovland, Sam Burns, and Abraham Answer. Abraham Answer actually a really good weekend until Sunday. He could have been in the mix. Obviously, Justin Thomas just won. I don't know what his victory situation is. I don't know if he's how good he is bouncing back from a win. Another guy I'm going to do a top 10. I'm going to take Jordan Spieth on top 10. And obviously, any of the guys who I think who may win, it's worth taking a flyer on. Obviously, I don't have the odds right now because we're doing this real quick, but it's also
I got it. So what did you pick? Sam Burns is plus 2,900. Abraham Answer is plus 3,200. And who else did you say?
Victor Hovland.
Victor Hovland is plus 1,900.
Okay, so it's pretty good odds. And then I also said Jordan Spieth top 10. I don't know if you have that there, but
no, I'll get to the top 10. I'm going. My pick to win this week is going to be Max Homa plus 3,200. I like those odds, especially the way Max Homa's been playing. He's in the mix a lot. He gets a lot of top 10, top 15 finishes. He's one of those kids that are. The more he plays, the more consistent his game is getting. And it's just for those odds. I mean, you got Scotty Scheffler in the field and Justin Thomas, both of them are the favorites, plus 1,200. Then Jordan Spieth, again, plus 1,200. Colin Morikawa, Victor Hovland, Will Zalatoris, who had an incredible run there. Lost in the playoffs.
He did.
Nothing to hang your head up over. It's amazing. I can't even fathom what that's like to be in the mix, go into the playoffs, take second place, lose out on your chance at winning a major, but you make $1.4 million.
Yeah, it is nuts. Will Zalatoris,
bittersweet.
We actually hit last week. Will Zalatoris was my pick for a top 10.
Yep.
So he won that one. And then we didn't say it during the show, but I tweeted out with our picks, and that was that I was going to also look at Justin Thomas as well to win. And he obviously hit too. So those two more picks for us that hit right on the money. Justin Thomas, Will Zalatoris, they were right. I mean, obviously, they went to the 3 playoff holes to figure out who's going to win the PGA Championship. A surprise was Scotty Scheffler did not even make the cut last week. So
yeah,
that was a surprise.
Yeah, it's crazy because it's surprising because he was so hot, and then it's like a fall from grace because you think he's going to win everything the guy enters, or at least be in the top 5. So that missed the cut. That's why I'm kind of steering clear of him this week, plus 1,200. Yeah. I mean, I not saying that he's falling off the wagon or anything like that, but I'm not going to put money out there for little odds, and he may be on it's all peaks and valleys, and he may be dropping into a valley right now. You don't know. I mean, same thing happened with John Rahm. John Rahm was so hot going in from last year into this year, and then he's in that valley and trying to get out. I know he won down in Mexico, but it was a very soft field.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing special about the rounds he put together. I mean, he won. I'm not trying to take anything away from him, but the talent around him wasn't up to what it is this week. It's a very packed field. So I'm going to go play a little odds game. I'm going to put, like I said, my money on Max Homa to win plus 3,200. And then I'm going to go a little deeper, and I'm going to go Howard Vaughn or plus 4,800.
All right. Good
so,
picks.
And then let's see. We got who'd you say top 10?
Jordan Spieth.
Jordan Spieth is plus 145 top 10. So you're getting $45 for a $100 bet. So
I don't know if it's no, maybe not. Take that away.
Yeah.
Give me who did I say? I said Abraham Answer, Sam Burns, Victor Hovland.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think of the top 10 I would pick. And obviously, when I see these guys anyway, I would probably play them top 10 as well. If I think they're going to win, I usually double dip on that, but I just had it up before. I know we're running a little long here, so trying to do a quick pick.
You want to go Christian Benzahout?
Yeah, what is his odds?
Plus 750. Top 10.
I don't know what that. What about Daniel? Oh, actually, he was Tony Finau. What's Tony Finau?
Tony Finau is plus 410.
Give me a Tony Finau. It's been a while since I put a Finau pick in.
He's a fanatic.
A fanatic.
Absolutely. Yeah. Top 10. Top 10. You know what? I'll go with Tommy Fleetwood plus 400.
There you go. All right. So there we go.
See if he can get back into the mix. He's been kind of out of it, dancing around the top 20-ish areas.
Yeah.
But see a bounce back from Tommy Fleetwood. I'm going for money this week.
Yeah, right. We got it. We're doing pretty well. Going 2 in a row is tough. Between the two of us picking, but we'll try for it. But I think we're running out of time here, so we ran long. So TJ, is great for you to join us.
Absolutely. Sorry
this time really is, though, because we didn't expect you to be on, and then you jumped in a little late. So thank you.
Played a little golf, and then ended up finding this diner right near the golf course. That was incredible. Absolutely incredible. You know you're in a good place when you walk in and everybody at the bar looks like they've been there since 2:00.
Definitely. All right, Nick, take us on out.
Before we step off, I just want to say one thing. Memorial Day weekend's coming up this weekend, and I'm not telling anybody to sit there and not celebrate and have a good time. It's a 3-day weekend. Enjoy yourselves, but please take a moment to remember those that made the ultimate sacrifice in the name of freedom to provide you with that holiday and the beaches and the barbecues and the beers. Pour a little out, say a little prayer, think about those. Just as a veteran, it's not a holiday to thank living veterans. Don't thank me today. Wait till Veterans Day to thank me. I think this week they call it Veterans Week or something like that. That's cool. Memorial Day is for those that are no longer here with us. Just say a little silent prayer for those, again, that made the ultimate sacrifice in the name of freedom. From all of us here at the Scoreboard Addicts podcast, we thank you for spending this time with us. We'll catch you again next week. Be safe. Drink responsibly.
Yes, and thoughts and prayers to Texas too. It's a fucked up situation, but
yes,
thoughts and prayers out there as well. Thank you for listening. We'll see you next week.